Hey, want to let you know that I will not get the full Dragon 12-inch sub review up before the next pre-order opening. This will be my least produced video ever, so here it goes. I'm not a full-time tuber and I have many other commitments. I got the ingredients all over the floor, just haven't put it together yet. It's still gonna take me a while. I want my official review to meet my quality and sassiness standards. That being said, I have solidified my thoughts, so I feel comfortable sharing the review's high-level observations. As a reminder, I tested the original Dragon System Plus 212s, and I'm fully independent from Nakamichi. They don't see my videos, and they don't pay me. Anyway, setup takes a while with the firmware update, but I didn't encounter any errors completing the update or pairing the subs or just getting the system and app up and running, so hallelujah. The sub has a high quality build, the best built component in the Dragon lineup. I did sense maybe a little movement on the legs if you put too much pressure on them at a funny angle. You probably won't do that because you're not turning them over and taking trillions of pictures for a review. The as low as 19 Hertz claim is perhaps trickier than I discussed in the first look video, in that it's right on the infrasonic cusp, so it's kind of moving to that space where it's more likely to be felt than heard. Using the decibel A weighting, meant to mimic human hearing, 19 Hertz is not detected. Using the C weighting, meant more for technical measurements, 19 Hertz is picked up quite clearly. Though in either case, I did not hear anything nor sense a physical impact at that frequency. Maybe a bit at really high volumes, but that could be my imagination. So as low as 19 Hertz is a technically true claim, but there does not seem to be much of a practical impact. The 12's natural resonance is 30 Hertz and is where the sound and punch really click. The main unit 12-inch crossover performance. I don't want to get into a main unit drop-off discussion in this video. The crossover seems to happen rapidly between 100 and 200 Hertz. The main unit can play tones in this range, and so can the 12-inch sub. To give the devil its due, I listened to isolated human voices and recordings of a cello, double bass, piano that would spend a lot of time in that range, and weaknesses wouldn't be masked by other extraneous audio. I thought it all sounded blended. With voice, the main unit plays the intelligible part and the sub plays the unintelligible lower tones that give the voice depth, as you would expect. If I could magically make the main unit go lower, would I? Sure. There may be a number of takes on crossover performance, but I'm in the kids are all right camp with the 8s, 12s, or both in any position. The 12 performance is a significant step up from the 8s in terms of, I'd say, basically all the qualities you would want. So responsiveness, depth, tightness, clarity, balance, physicality, though the physicality is not overtly aggressive. You need to get the sound way too high and get 4 of them probably to start feeling really pummeled. I'd say the 12s outwit the 8s more than crush with power. All content has benefited with the 12s, but the Dragon either does not correct or exacerbates flaws in low quality content, like say from YouTube TV, where the sound comes across as very bright and directed and low subfrequencies are infrequently called upon. So the value of the 12s will not be as easily accessed in a service like that. The value of the 12s is most prominent in lossless content that calls on low subtones, which is most likely going to be big budget, probably 3D audio movies with a fair bit of action. The sound comes across far more balanced, and the 12s have the opportunity to shine and demonstrate their ability to rise above the competition. Every time a 30 hertz-ish, I'll try that again. Every time a 30 hertz-ish tone is called upon, I think the 12-inch sub customers are going to hear and feel their money doing work. Music. I thought it sounded way better, in particular the new or remastered stuff playing over HDMI. One of the more surprising improvements if you get the 12s. I recommend you do some exploration. I could, let's say, entertain arguments on whether the 8s should be coupled with the 12s from an audiophile perspective. With 4 subs, the bass volume is increased, and the 8s do allow the 12s to focus more exclusively on lower bass tones, allowing for perhaps more resolution throughout the bass frequencies, though I could see arguments that the 8s make the bass tones less pure, and that's unacceptable. When the 8s and 12s are right next to each other, the value of the 8s is far less obvious than when putting the 8s in the back. Yeah, I was really surprised how fun that was. I thought it led to a sound enhancement. Gonna get into trouble here. That was perhaps as important as the increased quality of the 12s. Don't forget, there are 2 enhancements, the 12s and supporting 4 sub modules. Having a sub in the rear creates a satisfying balance and really accents the rear effects coming from the surrounds. I thought it made the Dragon sound a lot more spatial and tactile, and as with the value of the 12s, the value of the 4-corner arrangement is highly contingent upon content quality. I hold by previous comments that there are certain ways, maybe too many ways, to make the Dragon sound bad if you're not familiar with the system and you're not one to orient towards higher quality formats. But if you're strategic, in particular with 4 subs, you will have access to an exclusive soundbar system experience. There were many moments I was saying to myself, this is something I haven't heard yet from a soundbar system. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. A lot more detail and fun in the full review, so look for that and watch it at least once. Please help me reach my 40,000 sub goal. Teamwork makes the dream work, said a boss one time. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.